So you think you want to start flying, but don't quite know if it's right for you. Or maybe you just can't convince the right people that flying is a good idea. Well, here are my top 5 reasons why you absolutely should start the pursuit of your pilot's license. I personally started my flying journey at the age of 15, getting my private pilot's license when I turned 17. Although I started young, I think you'll find that my list is relevant at all ages, and that pursuing your private pilot's license will help you grow in areas well beyond the cockpit. Before I get in the list, I'd like to ask one favor. Just take a minute and add to my list in the comments below. I think if we work together, we can create the most robust list that no mom or concerned wife could say no to. It's my hope that this video will help more people take their first steps pursuing their dreams in aviation. I also have to say thank you for joining me on My Time to Fly. If it's your first time here, you've stumbled on a place where we explore every aspect of general aviation. I invite you to subscribe and come along on the journey. Now let's get to that list as I roll some video of my most recent flight in a Sling TSI.
Number 1 on the list is the challenge. Whether you're 15 or 50, we all need to challenge ourselves continually to grow as human beings. From the outside looking in, flying is a huge challenge. I don't mean to make it sound easy, but there's no doubt the skill of piloting an aircraft can be conquered. The way flight training is typically approached, you get a series of progressively more difficult concepts to master. Every time you master a new skill, you get a moment to celebrate, and then quickly move on to the next challenge. I find this method of learning rewarding, and I think you will too. It's impossible to master all aspects of aviation. You will always have the next challenge ahead of you. That's why most call the private pilot's license your license to learn. Number 2 on the list, personal responsibility. The amount of responsibility you feel when piloting an airplane is tremendous. It begins the first time you take the controls, but gets an exclamation point added during your first solo. I remember my first solo, as all pilots do. At 16 years old, I put the power to a little Cessna 150 and accelerated down the runway. As soon as the wheels left the runway, I remember saying out loud, "Well, I guess this one's all on me." One more ratchet up in responsibility occurs when you start taking non-pilot passengers on rides. Most often, the passengers don't understand the risks, but rather blindly have faith that you know exactly what you're doing. I had this experience when flying Young Eagles at the ripe age of 17. Parents blindly trusting me to take their precious cargo on their first flying experience. The added responsibility and subsequent growth in maturity will help you in every aspect of life. Number 3, public speaking. I subscribe to the following saying in my professional life. When you speak up, your paycheck goes up. Again, when you speak up, your paycheck goes up. If this theory is true, and I believe it is, you must have confidence in your ability to speak if you want to reach your full potential. The pursuit of your private pilot's license forces you to grow as a public speaker. Whether it's making radio calls on CTAF at an uncontrolled airport, or talking to air traffic controllers, or completing a successful oral exam, you must be able to speak in a way that others can easily understand you. I might not be a perfect public speaker, but I do credit flying at a young age with much of my professional success. Number 4 on the list, community. Many of us wander through life looking for a community that is like-minded, has common goals and interests, and is supportive in your journey. The aviation community is all of these things. At most small airports, you will find a tight-knit group of pilots and aviation enthusiasts who love nothing more than welcoming new blood into the ranks. Sit around the FBO for a few hours, and you'll be bombarded with stories of incredible adventures, amazing airplanes, and years of fun in general aviation. Being a part of this community will keep you motivated and interested during your training, and typically allow you to have unique experiences flying with other pilots who you strive to be. Number 5 on the list, there's no time frame to complete your license. Many prospective pilots never start because they don't have the money or don't think they can dedicate the time needed to be successful. This couldn't be farther from the truth. I took just over a year to finish my license, but there are countless examples of people going much faster or taking much longer. There are no timelines. Until you have your first experience, you just won't know how important flying is to you. If you think flying is for you, go find a small airport near you. Take a discovery flight. It's never too early to go find your time to fly.